Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us this afternoon. My name is Danny Nadri, and I'm the country manager in Australia for SHEKEL Brainwave, an Israeli company. Yeah, thank you for joining. It's, I guess, like I said, it's a sign of the times. Normally, we would love to do this in person and allow people to physically touch the machine, but I guess until that's going to be possible for us, we'll do this over this medium of a webinar. Let's move ahead. A few words about SHEKEL. SHEKEL Brainwave is a mature company. It's over 40 years and it's based in Israel with over 200 employees, some facilities in Asia as well. For many years, SHEKEL has been the leader, the global leader in weighing technology and the ability to develop sensors which weigh in a very high accuracy. And in the last 10 years, the company has focused in delivering solutions under one division, which is the scale division, and it was very accurate weighing technology, which was predominantly sold to the retail industry, self-checkout, things that we see every day in supermarkets, and in the healthcare industry, predominantly to GE Healthcare, Atom, and other companies. So for many years, that's what the company has been doing and still does it every day. What happened in the last 3.5 years is that SHEKEL decided to take advantage of some advancement in artificial intelligence and in advanced mathematics, and combined its core competency in sensor technology and in ability to weigh with the capability of advanced mathematics and artificial intelligence to create a new technology, really a new enhancing technology, which we like to call product-aware technology. And it's basically giving us the ability to understand anything that moves on surfaces, predominantly shelves, and really know if anybody moves a product from a shelf in the supermarket, to really identify this movement immediately and report it immediately to whoever is interested. And what started as a technology venture matured into a division last year, which is in the form of a retail innovation division. And that's the division that offers this new suite of products. So if we move to the next slide, I think it's a good way of our roadmap in the last 3.5 years. We started by developing the technology, then moved it into a shelf in a supermarket. It's what we call the product-aware bay. And from this, we moved into a complete solutions, Innovendi being the first one, and together with the sorter, which is the Innovendi Dry. And in the near future, we're talking about the capsule, which is a completely autonomous store. And our focus for today would be the launch of the Innovendi in Australia. So looking at this Innovendi, it actually looks like a fridge. It looks like your fridge in the supermarkets or even at home. It's really the next generation of smart vending technology, things that we like to call a micro market. So what do you really see in here? You see something that, like we said, is a fridge with a screen, but what's really interesting is the type of products that you will see here, which you would not normally see in a vending. So while you see your regular Coke and Sprite and water, what you also see here is ready-made meals, like the fettuccine carbonara. You see a sandwich, which is packed into sandwiches. You see a salad, you see grapes. You see a soup, like the soup cups or the noodles, things that you wouldn't normally see in a supermarket. And that's what this new exciting machine offers you. And the way it works is that the consumer would come, will identify itself to the machine in any form of a payment system, being either your credit card, debit card. That could be an RFID tag. We've looked at fitness centers being able to offer their consumers the ability to just hit a tag to the payment system. Once you do, it will open the door. The consumer will take any product and just being charged for it immediately. A very seamless operation of purchasing. So yeah, we did talk about the type of food which is actually opening a new horizon for vending machine operators to offer dairy products, ready meals, and so on. Things that were not offered until today. Offer it in real time, offer it in different locations. What we see today is a lot of presence in office buildings, train stations, hospitals, universities, location of high traffic, by which the machines are being serving clients at these locations. What's also very interesting about the Innovendi is that it's all back office capability, and really a machine learning ability to understand exactly how consumers shop, what they prefer to buy, how they prefer to buy, and especially their pattern of buying, whether you buy more yogurts in a university rather than in a train station, whether you would give different products in a different level, where you optimize, and maybe you put 20 juices and just 2 snacks in different locations. So the whole ability of the machine to do a machine learning and understand consumer behavior per location is something that would allow the people to operate the machines and much higher flexibility and optimization of their services. So I think the best would be to really understand how that works in a real live demo, and we'll soon ask Mika to come and join us and help us to do the demo. Yeah, basically what you will see is the ability of the machine to immediately identify products once they're being, maybe just move to the other slide first before we move to the whole screen, the second slide after this. Not just the second slide in presentation. So maybe before we start the demo, I think what you will see, and that's just a representation of a picture of the machine and a picture of the interface. So that's the products which are placed in the machine in separate dividers. This is actually the man-machine interface, if you will, the screen by which the user will be interfacing with the machine and understanding what it needs to be doing. So I'll invite Mika now to help us running few scenarios of the demonstration. Thank you, Mika, for joining us. Hello. And what we're using for the purpose of this demonstration is, you see the machine is fitted with a NIAX payment system, which you can use this with debit cards, credit cards, and any other system of payments with your mobile phone. And so we're using a certain token instead of a credit card to actually open the door. And we'll do it slow. So Mika is now the consumer, and she's coming to buy a product. She will identify herself with the machine. And what you see here is that the machine allows you to open the door. Just open it all the way, it's going to be easier. And what Mika now sees is the screen of products in front of her. Pick up any product you think you want to buy. She's picking up a juice, which is actually a yogurt smoothie. And while it does, what you see here is that on the screen, the yogurt is being highlighted. And here it says that it is a yogurt, and the price of it is going to be $3 Australian. So once you pick it up, why don't you close the door? When Mika closed the door, the machine would say that the transaction is being processed, and it says that her card was charged by $3. That would be a normal way of purchasing. So you will come, open the door, pick whatever you want. It would be nice for her to actually look at it and determine. So that will be one scenario. We'll move to a second scenario, and we'll make it a bit more complex. Yeah, I'll hold your token if you want. Just open the whole door. And let's pick up 2 products now. So Mika is picking up a salad and what is it? Bella, the hummus with the Bella. And the 2 products appear on the screen. One which cost, I see anything, $2.40. I think, yeah, $3.49, $3.29, and the other one is $3. And let's pick another product. So Mika also picked up a sandwich, and now you see how it shows on the sandwich. But let's say Mika is now looking at it, and she really doesn't feel like she wants to have this sandwich, so she will just return it to its location. And what you will see is that the machine will now report that the sandwich has been returned to its place, and the consumer will not be charged. Close the door now. Yes, and the deal is being processed, and you'll see that the charge will be exactly for the two products and nothing more. $629 was what the transaction is being charged. The other interesting scenario to look at is, since you're interacting as if you're in a fridge store, why don't you open the door? And one thing which is important is the understanding of where products are laid in the machine or handled within the. So let's pick up, let's say, maybe the carbonara meal, and Mika just picked up the fettuccine carbonara, and the machine shows $7.50. But she wants to regret it and not purchase the carbonara. But she's going to misplace it. She's going to put it somewhere else, which is not where it should be. And here you see the machine giving a message saying, please return the product to its original location, where it says, this is the red location where it is located now, and this is on the blue, the area where it should be. So if Mika will just pick it back and then decide again, I want to take it, I don't want to take it, she took it off and it's clearing from its location, and if she decides to actually return the product, she will return it to the location where it should be. The machine will clear it, and if you close the door, we will see that the charge for the transaction should be zero. Let's see that it's actually right. So in this case, it says transaction cancelled, and the amount is zero. So I think that would be the good representation. Mika, thank you very much. You've been a wonderful shopper, and we'll move to the next part. And I think that was a good representation of how many transactions would happen between consumers coming to the machine and picking up and playing with the product. We are now going to move into, if you will, the back office capability of our system, which is quite unique because once you are able to track the product in real time on the shelf, we have a very strong ability to inform the operators of the machine what happens in real time. And for this, we built a whole management console, what we call an MC. And for the purpose of demonstrating the MC, I'll invite Ronnie, our product manager in Australia, to actually explain about the system and the MC. So Ronnie, to you.
Thank you very much, Danny and Mika. You don't see me when we leave it on the machine. Guys, the idea of the managing console is really, I guess, an answer for a lot of issue that you will have, which will the real live stock situation. Talking to audience, we know that part of the problem is that sometimes stockers coming to a machine and just to find out it's really just needed a few items, waste of trade. Our platform can show you in real life situation, the situation of each machine. I'll start with the very, I guess, basic and things for this presentation. Obviously, we would love to have you here later on and we can go to each detail of the system, but just some concerning of the time. So when you enter the system, you actually presented with the dashboard. This can be customized. In this case, we're seeing a virtual map of the location of the machine. Currently, we only have one that is located in our office. But ideally, if you have a few machines, you can have a look at it in a global view of it, Australia-wide or even international. This is really no more than just a physical look of it. This is showing you how many machines are active, again, and one, a dashboard that can be customized, I guess, to your needs. The point where we're looking at a machine is called for us an endpoint. So each machine for us is representing by a location, a physical location of it, which will allow us a few more operations. One of the operations that is allowing what's known as a stalker. So when you come to the machine and you want to fill it up, obviously you will have a special token or a special card that will be configured to allow you to open the machine not as a customer, meaning you will not be charged for it. Now, that can be, as I said, done with the token. However, our system also allowing you to do it remotely, which is excellent for support or, you know, misplaced. If you potentially get a phone call and saying, oh, you know, I passed the card, it's been there, but I can't open the door. And just simply go remotely. And as you can see, we'll have a stalker mode. I will review the type of users shortly. And all I need to do is just unlock the door. And yep, and now Mika can go. And as you can see, the screen has changed to welcome stalker. And she can open the door. I know it's a bit hard to, I guess, see here. I'll try to make it, I guess, a bit more visible. And still a bit hard, but actually each product now has a slider. So what's happened now? Mika can return the item that she took before. This is just for the purpose of our presentation, of course. And if you look closely at the screen, I hope you can see that there is a slide of change. This is what Danny was discussing before, that the machine is continuously learning. The machine can learn everything that you've done. You don't actually manually have to do it. The machine will recognize, yes, an item was placed, I'm adding it to the stock. And she can retain like that, obviously, stocking the fridge as she wants in there. In addition, for the machine learning itself, it's has a capability on the screen itself for you to adjust the size. Once you retain all the product, basically we can close the door and we can see how the system is now syncing back to the main system of ours. I'll just share the screen again. Here we go. So, guys, all these elements that we can see how we configure the fridge is done by our planogram section of the managing console of the NC. Guys, the delay that you're seeing is merely because our server, our data server is located overseas in Israel, so we're seeing quite a lot of delay. Obviously, we're working on bringing a server to Australia, so everything will be much quicker. All the synchronization will be done quicker. Now, in ideal, once you take the product, you will start seeing that the product that you take has dropped down from the stock of it. And obviously, if you are a stocker and you're filling up the machine, as you're filling it back up, the stock level will rise again. Elements that we can see is really in an interest is the transaction that the machine has been going through. Once it's refreshed, you will see a list of all transactions. You can start sorting them out by a desired date. We just minimize this thing. You can sort them, of course, by desired end. You can choose your endpoint. And a few more options that are available once you have more than one machine on your side. What you can see over here, these are like considered to be the real charge. Money was charged for your transaction. And here that would have been either a stocker or charge that been canceled once you return the product. In addition, the ability of getting reports that will show you a real live stock and what machine has been sold the most. Sorry, I'll just move it in here. So again, it can go by a date range. You can select, you know, I just want to see the first and show me all the sales for this day. And the icon will show you what the sales profit was, what was the cost. The cost is for you. And of course, the transaction that has been done. Guys, sell by product, of course, we show you all the product that selected. Now, mind you, what you can see here is main board product that we have. As obviously, this is a demo machine, so we do we have way more product, which brings me to the product section. This is really the back end of things, where you can load it with all the product that you think you want to use in the machine. later on, you can configure different configuration of each machine and ideally activate it in your certain time. So definitely a time that you know you're going to do some promotion, or maybe if it's located in a university and you know that they're going to have a sport event or something like that, and you need way more drink, by that, we can then configure the planogram differently, and we can associate it with a certain machine by loading the product into it. I'm just going to show you a very quick one just to show how we can handle it. So we just go and create a new one. And then, for example, I say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to sell milk. I'm going to sell more water into it. And now I've decided that all the shelf will be water. Here. And this is how we decide how many are in the machine. So as you can see, we got a few parameters. In this case, we're just going to put 6 on the demonstration. Here you can decide what is the maximum quantity that the machine can take. So of course, you can put the bottle stand or lay that will make a difference in what is the recommended. Once I finish configure everything now, I'm just setting it as pending. So all of this can be done from your back office. And once the operator on site reporting to you that, yep, they have configured the machine as needed, all what you have to do is just go to the pending one. And as I said, there is a bit of a synchronization time, and just change it to active. And then all the screen and everything will change accordingly. I think at this stage, we'll just stop here. We can go later on with supplier management and manufacturer management. I think at this stage, considering the time, we'll move it back to Tani, I guess, to finalize it.
So thank you, Ronnie. We'll get back to the presentation. I think Ronnie is very mindful of the synchronization time and the fact that it's dealing with the server abroad, but I think we're looking at a minute. So I think within a minute, that's what we mean by delayed synchronization time. It's really a matter of minutes before you get it actually to your console. Definitely within a manageable operation of the company. So going back to really just summarize what we just seen and the main advantages of the machine. I think that what we saw immediately in Israel is a dramatic rise in the revenue that each machine was producing. So while the first few machines, I think it was the first 7 or 8 machines, was taken by a dairy company, and they thought it's just a regular vending. And the volume that they started to see running through the machine was just enormous compared to a regular machine. Sometimes had to be replenished the whole machine over one day. So I think that's one of the first advantages that we saw, a much higher revenue coming out of each machine and a variety of product. Obviously, a 24/7 operation, whether it's a train station, whether it's a university, the fact that you're actually changing a micro-market operation into a real-time, the whole management of the inventory, which allows you a very good capability to understand the products that moves, and the machine learning. As you see, very user-friendly. It was quite easy to explain how this is being run and operated, and it's much more, if you will, natural behavior of people in front of a fridge. One good important element is the high availability and the very low maintenance. If you look at the machine, it's just a really industrial fridge fitted with smart shelves in it, which means no motors, nothing is moving, no dropping of coke, no high electricity. So nothing is actually moving. It's all smart sensors fitted into the shelves, and that in turn creates a very low maintenance ability and very good to maintain and to service. I think we'll skip this. And I think maybe just to finish our webinar for today is really to show you a case study from Israel, from actually an office building in Israel. They started with one Innovendi, and they just wanted to put some milk in it and cheese and some other product. I think it was juices. And the demand from the consumer was so high that other companies come and say, look, can you put more products? And you see there the second Innovendi that was added had this ready meal, the Chinese noodles, and some juices and some snacks, and then Coca-Cola came and said, look, take another vending machine and add the Coke and the water. And what you see in front of you is actually 3 Innovendi machines in the same office building, just because of the demand of the consumers for other products to make their life easier, not to wait in line or take even a ready meal from somewhere. It was a great example for us to see how the demand created the need for the machines. And that's what we keep on saying. I think we talked about the first 7, 8 machines. It ended up with an order of 1,200 machines by Nuva, that the largest Israeli dairy company, which we're going to deliver in the next few years. I think more than 100 now is deployed. Other machines are deployed in the UK, France, in the US, and we're now launching it in Australia. So hopefully we're going to have good activity here. Just before we end up, why don't we check if there's any question from the forum at this point, or if it was all good. I think we're all good. So we thank you very much for being with us this afternoon and participating. Is there any questions? I mean, I'm sorry I didn't say before, you're of course welcome to put in any question in the, I think there's a button there that you need to push.
No, they can talk freely if they want to.
Oh, you can actually ask questions. I guess this is, we'll wait a few seconds to see that if somebody actually wants to put in a question. What do we think?
Yeah, we do have one.
We do have one.
Thank you. Excellent. No question. Thank you, Brent. Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the input and for your kind words. And enjoy the rest of the afternoon. There's going to be a recording of the webinar, and we're going to be happy to send it to you if you need to revisit the information. Otherwise, happy to be directly in touch. Thank you again, and have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
There is a question from Fiona about, hey, Danny, have you had any interest from hospitals, universities here for the machine?
So the launching just really started, but we have received an order that is now waited due to COVID because of the situation of delivery of machines. They're coming from abroad. So definitely there was an interest where hospitals was the main clients. And I think the other first opportunity we saw was actually from fitness centers, people who wanted to offer their clients in fitness centers the ability to purchase products. There was one that focused on the ability to provide healthy meals. So ready meals and healthy meals, something which is probably $10 to $15 mark of a product, which is a bit maybe higher than your normal products on the vending. So there was a request for somebody to look at the ability to fit the machine with ready meals. And yeah, I don't recall universities. So I'm not sure about universities, but I'm sure that they, people eating in universities as well. But yeah, not yet. What do we think? It's really strange, I'm talking to a camera and I don't know if anyone heard me. So unless there's no other questions, we are happy for you to join, and thank you for the questions from the participants. And like I said, happy to interface in the future. I think we arrive on time. So thank you and have a good afternoon.